Whenever we get the latest driver releases, I get very excited. Then we see the new fairway wood offerings and I get even more excited. Hi everyone, my name's James and welcome back to this YouTube channel. Today I have the brand new fairway wood offering from Srixon and this is the 3 wood. So for me, I think this ZXi range has been a little bit of a kind of needle mover when it comes to performance for Srixon. I'm not going to say in general, but the Srixon drivers and hybrids have been performing particularly well. I even reviewed the 7 wood of this just a few weeks ago and I really enjoyed it. So you can see the tech in here. We have that gorgeous carbon crown, which I think Srixon have done an amazing job of keeping it kind of matte finishing and looking very subdued. We also have a little bit of a kind of difference in sole there, where you can see there's not really a difference in shape, just a little bit of a difference in finish. But for me, that rebound frame has been serving Srixon particularly well over the last couple of years. So let's test this and see just how it does perform. We're going to test it for numbers inside as well. We have that iFlex face, which kind of by design says it is designed to help us generate just a little bit more spin, a little bit better numbers, should we say, more speed and better spin. Look at that. How good does that look, by the way? And I haven't been a kind of Srixon guy for quite a long time, to be honest. I don't feel like Srixon have made fantastic woods. I feel like they've made phenomenal irons throughout the years and great wedges, but I do feel like this ZXi range is just kind of moving Srixon forward to that kind of upper echelon. A lot of people will disagree because if you're a Srixon fan of the past, fair play to you. But one of the big things I hated about the driver was that kind of sound and feel. How do these perform differently? That, as a ball flight, is ridiculous. That was really solid, really nice. You can see visually, but it's got a good spin rate on it. It's not climbing up in the air, but it's also not dipping out of the air. It's just that nice window. It was a tiny bit toey, that actually, but it still performed rather well. You can see actually here on the loft sleeve as well with the adjustability, we can change loft, but we can also change lie angle. And I think changing lie angle with a 3 wood is way more important than having the ability to change loft. Because if I buy a 3 wood, it's coming at 15 degrees. I know that, I'm quite happy with that decision. I don't need to tune it down to 13 because it's going to be too close to my driver. And if I wanted it at 17, I'd just buy a 5 wood. But for me, if you can change lie angle on a club, that's a massive point for fairway woods because it's going to help you return that dynamic loft, toe and heel exactly how you want it. It's going to help you hit straighter shots, so hit the fairway more often, just like we've done there. Potentially when we get down to the ball on this par 5, it's going to help us hit closer to the green, and essentially that's going to lower our scores. So again, another normal one here. Let's just try and see how consistent it can be. The head shape is a stunner. Look at that. Really easy to launch, and I don't feel like it's launching up and losing distance. I feel like it's launching up there and just kind of bounding down the fairway afterwards. So for me, is that the rebound frame working? Is that the iFlex face working as you would like it to? You can see where I've stuck it from, maybe a touch high out the face, and potentially that's why I'm generating what I feel look like such good spin numbers. We'll talk about numbers a little bit later on, but now let's try and just hit one a little bit lower, flight it down, and just see if we can play that little kind of stinger with it, because one of the problems that we do have potentially with forgiving golf clubs is they're too hard to be versatile, they're too hard to shape, too hard to play down if you want to. Now, that's okay for most golfers, but if you're a kind of lower handicap golfer, you rely on shaping shots, you rely on choosing your trajectory a little bit more to put you in a position, it could potentially be a bit more difficult. So there we go. There we go. Better. We're not blaming the club. We're not. So this is where the first shot finished. And that's gone miles, hasn't it? That's a long way down on this par 5. So can we potentially reach this par 5 in 2 just using this ZXi 3 wood? Now, there's an issue here. And I don't like talking numbers, financially speaking. How much do you think this is, Bob?
I hope it's like 300 quid.
Yes, you'd hope it's 300 quid.
Oh, it's no more than 300
quid. Yeah, RRP's 329. 299 you can get them at. We'll put it on screen now so you can see it. I think that's a lot for a fairway wood. I know drivers now are like £500–600, so I kind of get it, but I do kind of feel like that's a lot. Can we get down there in 2? I think we're like 270 out here, so it is going to take a lot. We can have a go. That's as good a shot as I've got. It's a tiny bit to the right, and it was a little bit heely. So I feel like the kind of face flex is potentially helping us there. Let's go again. Try and get one a little bit more out the middle. See, that's 2 of them we've had, isn't it? And I'm not blaming the club, but I do certainly feel like I'm just trying to maybe force this one. Let's try a nice smoother swing. That's the best shot. That's the one we've not cut across. I'm interested to see how far down that is in relation to the par 5 and in relation to... Do you think £300 is all right for a fairway wood? I know it's like it's in the ballpark with the other brands, isn't it? But how many people are spending £300 on one of them? So the first shot we hit, which we hit really, really well, has finished here. It's just short of the green, but 3 wood, it down a par 5. I don't think that's too bad. The last one we hit finished pretty much level with this. It didn't go much further, but I don't mind that in the 3 wood. The one with tops was obviously way back there, but I feel like the forgiveness element is probably there quite well, because I felt like I hit the second one really, really well, or the third one really, really well. We pulled it a little bit, but it was still exactly the same front to back dispersion. So let's see a couple more. Let's see what kind of feeling we're getting with this, and let's see if potentially it could be worth that £299. So this is a tee shot, which is traditionally quite a difficult tee shot. I can feel the wind into my face, and it's not a fairway you want to be missing. The hole is 423 yards precisely. Realistically, I need a kind of 250, 260 shot here to make sure I'm not left with egg on my face and got a long iron in to this green. So let's see if this could be the club for it, because I do feel like a 3 wood's a club you can come to rely upon. You can have in your arsenal as a bit of a kind of safety club, but also the majority of mid to high handicap golfers probably shouldn't be using a 3 wood. You should be thinking more like a 5 wood or a 7 wood, because you're going to miss the fairway as often, if not more often, with a smaller headed 3 wood than you would a driver, or maybe even a mini driver. So, what side of the fairway, Rob?
I think it needs to be on the
Right hand side. Just cut it back in off the left side. Started lovely, and that's coming back nice to the middle of the fairway. A good kick, and that's on the right side. Go on. To be honest, it's that close to the centre line. I'm taking that all day long. So now the question's about not so much versatility, because we've shown you can play that low one, but it's about consistency. Can we hit the same shot again here? I feel like that's nearly up there to the 150 marker, so it's done what I want it to do, even into the wind. And one of the big factors here is that kind of 2-step crown. I think it looked, not only does it visually look really good, there's a big difference in that, kind of couple of millimetres. And I feel like that really helps Srixon kind of move that mass where they want it, so they can make it that little bit more kind of versatile for you. So let's go same again. Why doesn't, I was just thinking that, why doesn't the driver sound like that? Because that is everything and more you want from a 3 wood, isn't it? It sounded like a bit of an exocet going off, and I have struck it fairly central there, to be fair. And I think as 3 woods go, because let's be fair, some of the 3 woods you see now, such as the, you know, those kind of titanium low spin ones, they're like 400 odd pound, aren't they? So 5.2. So is that really good value at 299? Am I just like a little bit outdated when it comes to how much a good fairway wood should cost? Like, because I don't mind kind of spending the money on the driver, because the driver's the club you're probably going to hit more often than not. But then when it comes to a 3 wood, I'm a bit like, 300 quid on that, really? I don't know. Guys, if you've enjoyed that, smash that subscribe button. It's even that low one, Bob. It's even the low one. And apart from, no tops on this hole now. And apart from that, I'll very much look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Let me know what you think to the new Srixon ZXi 3 wood.